So today we are going to be putting in a feeding tube, but rather than me putting one in, because I've done it like 100 times on myself, this guy is going to be putting it in. He's never put one in a person before, and we just reviewed basically what he's going to do before we started recording, and I'm going to be talking it through the whole time he's doing it. So let me show the stuff that we have. So we have a feeding tube, of course. This is a 6 French, I think it's a 36 inch, 91 centimeter feeding tube with a stylet. That just means it has a little wire inside to help guide, and then it comes out once the feeding tube is placed. We have pH strips, which is to determine the placement. So basically your stomach is going to be acidic, and we're going to pull out some of my gastric contents and test it on this little strip here. You can, well, we'll show it at the end. This light is very bright. We have Duoderm that is now stuck to Zach's phone because he put it on top of the supplies. But this is basically, I already cut it. I took off the backing because I thought it would be too hard for him to do. So I did that, and we're gonna put that on my cheek before we put like the Tegaderm over, and then I have a piece of Tegaderm. This is just a clear tape. Sorry, Daisy's like on the camera. This is a clear tape that will go over top. We have a couple of syringes, one without water and one with. I just used tap water. Some people will use sterile water. But I don't really have any allergies or anything, so I'm not concerned. And this one we'll be using for our pH. And then I think the last thing we have is just the lubricant to put on the end of the tube. So we will walk through it. Okay.
Let's go.
So the first step, Zach is going to measure the tube on me. I'm going to hand it to him, and I'm going to tell him where to put it. So we're going to start with the tip of the tube on the tip of our nose. So, well, you're going to do it on mine. I mean, I can put the tube in you. So we're going to hold it like this. And we're going to do it on my left nostril, so we're going to measure that way. My right nostril is very tiny.
Here.
To my earlobe.
Right there.
Yep. And then from there, we'll hold it. And you're going to bring it down to my xiphoid process. So just like that. It can be a little awkward the first few times that you do it, just because it's...
Just right here?
Yep, exactly. And you'll just hold it there. So let me let that drop. And then you're going to come down to your belly button.
Right there. And
wherever it used to be. And then halfway, exactly. And then wherever that is how far we are putting the tube in.
54?
Oh, that's what we got the first time. Alright, so then we'll take a Sharpie and you can mark it. He doesn't have his glasses, so he's a little bit blind. Awesome. Okay. The cap. Awesome. Let's not write on myself. Okay, so now that we have the marking done, Zach is going to put about 5 milliliters, probably not even that. We actually flushed the tube already, but he's going to do it again just to show. We're going to flush, yep, the one with already water. We're going to flush the tube prior to putting it in, just because it makes the stylet a lot easier to come out if it's already done.
Insert here.
We're going to insert in the open one. Yep, exactly. So he's just putting his finger over the end of the stylet, because there is like an air passageway. It won't go through, it'll come out the top of the stylet. There we go. I don't know why it's bubbling like that. It's really gross. Normally does not do that. This is a new tube, so who knows. Alright, so we flushed it. We know that the stylet will come out easy now. And we'll save this for later when we want to flush the tube again once it's in me. So I'll hold on to the tube. Zach, place my Duoderm. It's this stuff. We're gonna we just get it ready beforehand. It just makes it easier.
Do I just go?
You're gonna put it right on my cheek. Try and get it pretty close to my nose.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep. You might cut it too big. So this is what we do at CHOP. I hate this, to be honest with you. I usually use, not that I tube feed, but when I did, I would do transport tape. I would do one near my nose and one near my ear. And that was a lot more comfortable. But I'm just doing it the way we do it at the hospital now. I think it's a little bit more secure, especially with younger kids if you're doing this. Okay, so the next step is for Zach to put a little bit of the lubricant on the end. I have a couple packs here. So, let's see, I'll open it up for you.
Perfect.
I don't think I've used this kind before. Okay, so I just tore open the pack, and you can just stick the end in there and kind of swirl it around. There's no exact amount to get on the end. That's perfect. You got it like 1.5 inches, 2 inches. That looks great. Okay. So, you have your marking. You know where it is.
Yes.
I am going to grab my water with a straw just to like keep swallowing it down. I explained to Zach that when you put the tube in, I get this on almost everybody I've done it on, including myself. There's like this shelf that you hit. It's basically hitting the back of your throat and trying to make that curve downward. And you just kind of have to work at it. He can swirl the tube around, I can move my head, and usually we can get by it. So it's just one of the things to expect. And I might cough, I might gag a little bit. I haven't done this since the last time I made a tube feeding video. Years ago, like 3 years ago. So, alright. So he is going to, I'm so nervous. Alright. So you're just going to go straight in and push. Alright.
Ready?
Yep.
Take 17. Point the needle.
It's going up. I can feel it.
Drink your water.
Go.
Push. Where's the mark? Oh, right, we got ways to go.
You got it. Go. It's fine.
Does it happen to the kids a lot too?
You're totally fine. You got it.
And there's the mark.
Okay.
Right there.
You got it. Woo! That took a little bit.
I was nervous.
Okay.
Nerve-wracking.
You know what we're going to do? Instead of waiting for the tape, because this is super uncomfortable, pull out the stylet.
Oh.
Woo!
That thing.
Pull out the wire, and since we put the water in, whoo!
Oh, that's weird.
Oh my god, so much more comfortable. Okay, so it's in. It did take a little bit of trial and error, but we got it. So Zach got it in. I basically just had to feel around for my throat because I was gagging and there was a little bit of blood, but totally fine. We got past the throat and then he pushed the tube all the way in. So now we'll take Tegaderm. Yeah, we don't need it anymore.
If you reuse it though,
Oh shoot, it messed up my Tegaderm. Oh, that sucks. Alright. This is like a messed up piece of Tegaderm, but that's fine. I don't need it to be perfect. This is why I don't like Tegaderm. Okay. So I did the worst tape job in the world, but normally it would be Tegaderm like that. I just don't have another piece here. Okay, so Zach is going to check the pH for me. And so what we can do is take the empty syringe, and since we did put water through the tube before, he's going to pull back a little bit of air, not much.
In the tube?
You're gonna pull back right now, just not connected. Like 3 milliliters. And he'll blow that through, so this will wash any water, because you don't want to be pulling back water to check the pH on.
Put it there? Okay.
Yep. And this is also another way that they check the placement of tube. They'll add air or water and use a stethoscope to hear like the swoosh, which I actually heard it without a stethoscope.
Yep,
that was creepy.
I do it faster.
And you just pull back.
Do I have to hold? Oh.
If this syringe isn't staying in there very well, you can put it in this one, because that's actually the feeding side.
Okay. So should I close that?
Yeah. So there's like 2 different ports to the feeding tube. There's a the pink side is where you add your feed bag, which I do have one here, and then the other side is the other side is just for like oral meds if you're gonna do them with the syringe,
that's a lot better,
or
yeah.
if you're gonna flush it. There we go. Oh, yuck. Let's show the camera my disgusting gastric contents. That is goldfish.
It's fun.
It's so gross. Alright. You don't even need that much. All you need is a drop. So I'm just going to push a little bit back in. There are my goldfish gastric contents. Alright, we have a guide on our pH paper strips. We want to be in like the 5 or 4 range. Orange. We want orange. We do not want green. And I've gotten pretty good at eyeing the color. Hi Bruno. We generally know, like, you just get used to seeing the orange and you're like, alright, that's good. So I don't even need to check it anymore. Just putting a teeny tiny drop. See, does that look orange to you?
That is orange.
That's disgusting orange. See you guys, there we go. I don't want to drip. Awesome. Woo, we got it in place. You want to flush the rest of that through, because the gastric contents will clog the tube up if you leave them. So you just want to make sure that the line is totally clear. And it will feel cold in your throat. We're done. And then you can attach your feeding tube bag, which I have one right here. It's just a gravity bag. Started on pump feedings, hated them because the stupid pump wouldn't stop beeping. So we did gravity feeds for a majority of my feeding tube time, which was about a year. So here's the end of the bag. This is a gravity feed bag. Looks very similar to an IV bag. We have the little clamp and we have a little dripper so you can see if it's running or not. But I'm going to attach that to the end, pretend I have my formula ready to go for the night. Boom. We're done. Alright, so now that the tube, we're going to pretend it's morning time and I've done my feeds. So he's going to pull the tube out, so he has to peel off my terrible tegaderm. Good luck. Did you really just do that in 2 seconds?
Yes. Was that supposed to?
Takes me like 8 years to get it off some of the kids at shop. Hate tegaderm. Okay, and then all he does is pull it. And I usually cough to help, so if you hear me coughing, it's totally fine. I was like, he so doesn't want to touch that.
What?
The 2, I saw you like go to touch me. I'm like, oh. Anyway, there we go. It was pretty gross. Take that off. Woo!
That?
Ew. My whole face of makeup just came off on it. And sometimes, it's not right now, but after you pull the tube out, after it's been in your stomach for, 10 hours or whatever, it'll feel a little bit like it's burning your throat because it's got the acid on it. So what I used to do is drink water immediately after. But I don't feel, just sprayed in my face. Yum. But it's not burning now. It wasn't in my stomach really long enough to gather any of that. Alright, so as you can see, Zach was able to place the tube. He measured it, he flushed it, he did everything great. First time ever doing this, so it can be done. Experience. Yeah, so You tell people you put a tube in. Alright guys, I hope this was educational for you if you are going to do tube feeding. It's definitely possible. I know it's scary, but it is possible to place a tube every night. That's what I did, and then we would take it out every morning, just so I didn't have to go to school with it. But going to school with it, totally fine too. Alright, we will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Like half off camera. Bye.